Elite Facts presents
50 Random Shower Thoughts, number 13.
50,
Girls want a bad boy that'll only be good for them, and boys want a good girl that will only be bad for them.
49,
Reality TV has the least realistic characters.
48,
Paper beats rock because knowledge is a lot more powerful than force.
47,
Blowing on hot food has the same effect on cold food. Either way, it neutralizes the temperature.
46,
Soon we will have to specify 2D printer when referring to printing on paper.
45,
There's an entire generation of people, 1990s kids, who believe Jared Leto is a singer from 30 Seconds to Mars turned actor, not actor turned musician.
44,
Oddly enough, World Wide Web is pronounced quicker than www.
43,
People saying you look tired is just a polite way of them saying that you look like absolute crap.
42,
Opposite day isn't possible. This is because during opposite day, everything is opposite, and the opposite of opposite day is normal day.
41,
Nicolas Cage and Leonardo DiCaprio have the same number of Oscars.
40,
Belly fat is just the fridge you keep your six-pack in.
39,
The door to Dumbledore's office is a Gryffindor. Think about that for a second.
38,
Ever since the payment cards were released for tax refunds, people have stopped posting pictures of their tax refunds on social media like they're rich or something.
37,
The IRS is like a bully for adults. It takes your lunch money and scares the ever-loving crap out of you anytime they come near.
36,
For decades, TV networks have been increasing the amount of commercial breaks. Eventually, it'll reach the point where they can show old half-hour shows uncut in one-hour slots.
35,
There will soon be a generation that won't understand the frustration of trying to straighten out a dollar bill at the edge of a vending machine. How I envy those people.
34,
10 years ago, games were just fun and lacking in content. Now, games are way better than we ever could imagine, and yet they aren't good enough. First world problems.
33,
All communication problems between humans are due to the reason that we don't listen to understand, we listen to reply.
32,
Most of us suffer from a mental illness or difficulty. Some are just better at self-medicating than others.
31,
People who go live on social media all the time are setting themselves up for a boy who cried wolf scenario if they ever need to use it to broadcast a crime in progress or any other emergencies.
30,
Once you reach adulthood, you realize that all of the popular kids from high school have become the biggest losers, while all the nerds and outcasts have grown up to be the coolest people you know.
29,
Some people say adversity shows how people really are. They're wrong. A person will show their true colors in situations where there is no real stress, no responsibility, and no real consequences.
28,
Getting metal under your skin can give you tetanus. The way we prevent tetanus is by shoving metal under our skin.
27,
Now that scientists know that some birds can see magnetic fields, the idea that some animals can smell fear is a lot more realistic.
26,
When we tell our dogs to quit barking, most dogs take it as us barking at them, so they keep barking back.
25,
Teachers letting us play hands down, thumbs up in elementary school was just a clever way of keeping us occupied while they worked/relaxed.
24,
Parents who order a water cup and let their kid get soda instead will have problems with authority later on in life. It starts with the little things.
23,
Every time someone compliments on a haircut, they're really saying, "You idiot, you could have been this attractive the whole time."
22,
The Terminators had a much better chance of killing Sarah Connor if they were all sent back to the same time.
21,
The world would be incredibly annoying if spiders had a sense of humor.
20,
Chihuahuas are just the sunderers of the dog world.
19,
You'll feel so much older if you double your age and think about how you're halfway there.
18,
If the abbreviation for mother is mom, the short term for father must be FOF.
17,
Working at a restaurant must be pretty bad for your appetite.
16,
Humans were far from the first living Earth creatures being sent into space, lagging behind a dog, several chimps, and many different bacteria.
15,
If a zombie apocalypse ever were to happen in real life, humanity would be doomed because the dead will always outnumber the living.
14,
If real life was a video game, we would be NPCs.
13,
The most common item stolen has to be when you find that new pencil left unattended on a desk or on the floor for you to keep.
12,
Online, we only hear stories from people who have been cheated, never the cheaters themselves, even though both groups are equal in size.
11,
$10,000 is spent on weddings all the time and no one bats an eye, but charge 10 cents for a bag and everyone loses their minds.
10,
When you're young, you think you've got all the time in the world. When you're old, you've given up caring, but in the middle, it's a worry.
9,
Maybe the wheelbarrow monopoly piece symbolizes hyperinflation, when the currency becomes so worthless you need a wheelbarrow full to buy anything.
8,
In TV and movies, it's always the woman throwing the man stuff out the window after a bad breakup, and never the other way around.
7,
Marriage is the process of finding out what kind of man your wife would have preferred.
6,
The newspaper obituaries are essentially the Necronomicon.
5,
You know that you're close to someone when you can spend time with them alone and silence doesn't feel awkward.
4,
100 years ago, everyone had horses and only the rich had cars. Now everyone has cars and only the rich have horses.
3,
One day, aliens will find out that we've been choosing our own species as Miss Universe, and they will be very upset.
2,
We'll struggle with the new technology existing when we're older, just like our grandparents do with the technology available today.
1.
Professional wrestling is fake, but professional wrestling video games can be a legit e-sport.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.